This is a video with Alex Absolute and Gweilo 60, and we're both married to Chinese women. And I guess the question is, how much do the Chinese women control your life? Alex, question. Like, I got a question for you. I know the answer, but everybody else doesn't know the answer. Where did your wife grow up?
So yeah, as you already know, as you've already guessed, my wife grew up in Wenzhou, China, which is her hometown. The only time she ever wasn't living here, I guess, is when she was at university in Hangzhou, and then she came back. Funny story, because her parents didn't want her to marry someone that wasn't local. And that worked out great.
And then, where do you live right now?
And yeah, no prizes for guessing where we live now. We live in Wenzhou, China.
Oh, is that my brandy?
Ha, gee, thanks for reminding me. No brandy, but I do have this cheeky Wuliang, yeah. Cheers.
My wife controls all aspects of my life. And if you're the type of person that wants to control your world right down to the last little nanobite, don't marry a Chinese girl. Oh, don't marry any girl. Live your life the way you want to live it as a bachelor.
That is true. That is 100% true. Especially with a Chinese girl, but I guess for most girls anyway.
That's good for some people, but it isn't good for me. So, skip back 16 plus years. When I married Wei Fong, shortly after marrying Wei Fong, I was doing research on China, and Beihai was the fastest growing city in the world per capita, not overall. So I said, no, this is a good place to invest, Wei Fong. Let's buy a place here. And Mom and Dad were living in a shithole in Nanning. So I says, and then we can move the family down there and they'll live by the sea. It's beautiful, the South China Sea. Because we all know that China owns the South China Sea, right? Okay, all that's good. Anyway, so buy a place. It was nice. It was 113 square meters. So it's like 1,130 square foot or 1,200 square foot, whatever. And they lived there about a year. And my wife says, we're Nanning people. We want to move back to Nanning. Well, where do you think my wife grew up? Nanning. Okay, so.
Yeah, I totally get it. My wife totally wouldn't want to live anywhere else other than here. I mean, she has. But I guess she guessed at the time it was because she was young, carefree. She had university there, and then she got a job. Like, backstory is, my wife went to Hangzhou University, Hangzhou Dashi, and she studied Japanese. So then she studied there for 4 years. She went and got a job working for a Japanese businessman type thing, and it was like businessmen who design Japanese, like there's the Japanese gardens. I have no idea what the technical term for them is. Those cool gardens, like bonsai gardens, maybe that's the one, bonsai gardens. And she would be their translator. They would come over and they would be over in China for like long periods of time, like 6 months, I don't know, a year, maybe more. And they would all live in one big huge apartment together, like obviously separately, but like it was like a kind of like a huge penthouse, I guess. And then they would, like she would be the translator. She would have to do everything for them while they were over here because they had absolutely zero Chinese. I was about to say zero English, but maybe that too. They needed someone to translate for them. She'd have to go around and do like absolutely all of their daily life for them. And she thought that was great. And then she got a job at a Japanese bank, and this was like her dream job. She was doing international trade between China and Japan for a Japanese bank. Her parents then said to her, no. We are Wenzhou people. You need to come back to Wenzhou, and because we don't want you marrying someone that's not a local. You need to marry a Wenzhou person. So yeah, she came back. Long story short, like quite a while later, me and my wife met, and she married someone from the other side of the world. Which surprisingly, they don't care about. My wife's parents love me. I love them. It's fantastic. I think it wasn't like meaning someone from outside of China, if she was to marry a Chinese person, they would want it to be a local person, I guess, because they don't want their family being taken away from them. Kind of like I've gone away from my parents. But they were pretty happy because I had to have a meeting. You know how it's in China here, you have the dajojo, the oldest, most respected person on like whichever side of the family. He's just the most respected one of both sides of like a married couple's family. Well, my wife's dajojo, maybe got for a meal with him first. We drank a whole bunch of baijiu and sat there chatting, and he was actually really satisfied because he was like, I think his things were like, you can't change Lily's nationality until she's like, until like 2 years of you being married, and at least one of the children has to be registered as being a Chinese national. And I was like, I don't want to change her nationality at all, and the children should be Chinese nationals because we're going to live in China. I don't intend going outside. And either way, anyway, as it turns out, you can have all the rights of a UK citizen without actually being there, like having a passport there, as long as you have one parent who's from there, and you get to choose up until 18 anyway. So, like, there's still a lot of play in this. But anyway, I digress.
So they're controlling where we live. Okay, well that's okay. Like I can understand that. I want to live at home. Well, no, I don't want to live in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. It's 40 frickin' below in wintertime, and I picked going to China because, well, Nanning, China. If it was Harbin, I'd say, oh no, we're not living in Harbin. We're moving to Nanning or to Guangzhou or to Beihai or to Hainan Island, Sanya, whatever. But so there is a limit on how much we will let Chinese girls control our lives. But, okay, now, do they control your money? Alex, does your wife control your money? Is most of your money in your wife's bank account or your bank account? Or is it a joint bank account? Or is it just in your wife's bank account?
Now, while she doesn't actually have all of my money, she does have most of it, and like I get paid, like my salary makes my wife's salary quite small. My wife works for the government. Like she has a very well respected job because the weird thing is with China, like the most respected jobs don't always have the best money, but they do have the best benefits. There's a lot of like benefits, like health benefits, health plans, retirement funds, all sorts of things which go with government jobs, which you wouldn't normally get with other jobs that are more high paid. So although the salary is less, actually works out better in the long run in here anyway. So my salary, I give my wife like, I guess, 3/4. Nah. I give my wife quite a chunk of it. I keep about 6K, 7K a month for myself, and I give the rest of it, I guess it is almost basically 3/4 of it, to my wife, and that goes, she deals with all the stuff like the paying all the bills we need to pay, like, because I bought a house here, this is a house I bought, she pays off the small amount of money I still owe on that, and she pays like house bills, like the electricity bills, anything that needs to be done for, we have 2 sons now, one that was born day before yesterday, in fact, not the day before yesterday, but she pays for anything, everything. When we go out and eat and we're doing all this kind of stuff, she usually will sort this kind of stuff out. Like when stuff needs to be ordered and booked in, she is super hyper organized. She has like military precision with everything. So then I keep a small portion of money which I can just do what I want, which I still, I still take us out for meals. I still do stuff, buy stuff here and there. But basically I have like play money, and it's enough to keep me comfortable. Like it's actually more than my first ever job in China. The salary when I first came here like 6.5 years ago, it's actually around about the same, if not more, than my monthly salary there. So, life here, I don't know about in big cities, but here in Wenzhou, is funny story actually. Wenzhou to me is a big city with the huge millions of people there is here. But in English terms, it's it's absolutely huge. But in Chinese terms, no. But yeah, because it's a tier 3 approaching a tier 2, I guess. Life is really cheap, and I actually live really comfortably, and all the bills, I don't have to worry about any of the bills. The only thing I do pay myself is stuff to do with like my Adobe subscription and things like my phone bill, because that has to go directly from my phone, and everything else is, she kind of sorts. You know, it sounds strange giving all your money away, but she puts a bunch of it in savings, so we've always got like a nice chunk of change saved away, and all the bills are paid. Bills here super cheap anyway. So, but yeah, it's cool. It's weird but convenient.
Is that my brandy again? Damn.
And bye, Joe. See you away. Cool.
Well, Alex, this one's gone way too long, so we're going to have to make this into part 1 and part 2. How Chinese women control your life. Yes, they do. And we just started touching on some of the things in part 1. Part 2 is going to be played on Alex Absolute's channel. So after you're done watching this one, go over to Alex Absolute, because they're both being uploaded at exactly the same time and made public exactly the same time. 6 o'clock China time, Saturday morning. Yes. So the link is below in the description section and in the cards that we've been putting up throughout the video. So check it out on Alex Absolute's channel. And that's another video from Gweilo 60. If you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button, and don't forget to check your subscribe button to make sure that you haven't been unsubscribed. Bye now.